What's up, y'all? It's your boy Vinnie-Dangerous back again with another installment of Dangerous Minds. The last episode for a while. This is the end of this season. And what a better way to go out with than to have my boy, multi-talented, from gamer, artist, engineer, chef, you name it. My boy can do it. It's Jae Breeze, man. How you doing?
Hey man, pretty good, man. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, I appreciate you being on, man. I know you're a busy guy. Uh, I know that I was gonna get into some stuff that you got planned on for, 2022. But I wanted to ask before we get started, like, how has everything been with you on your end as far as like dealing with, the pandemic and just trying to navigate through that as an artist?
Oh yeah, everything been pretty cool. It just had to like move differently as far as like everything going on pandemic wise.
Mm-hmm.
Like at the start of it, I stopped like making the music to like focus on new stuff. So like I felt like that was a good little time for me to like learn something new. And that was music engineering, a little more, not just my stuff, but like a broad amount of people. So yeah, that's been about it. I'm working on doing more stuff. Like I say, I've been utilizing TikTok more too during the pandemic, man. Yeah, cooking, cooking videos been going up, gaming videos, and just a lot of stuff.
Yo, word. Matter of fact, because well, for one, I wanted to say like it's dope that people are because I've asked that question multiple times, like since I've been doing these interviews, and it seems like more often than not, like people are taking advantage of the extra time because of things being locked down, or even with things opening up, still being a little weary about being in certain spots. So those times where we would be out and about, like, whether it's networking, performing, or whatever, we're taking that time back and using it in a productive way in other ways, which is dope to hear that you're doing the same. I know that you mentioned that Crown was the last album, like in this conversation that we had, like that you put out, and it was back in 2019. Was it because of the pandemic, or was some other factors going on into that? Because you've been pretty consistent with dropping music up until that point.
Yeah, man. I was doing like releases like every year from 2017. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like from For You, Fresh Start, Crown. But yeah, man, the pandemic really like I wanted to take a step back. Just to like rebrand myself as an
Mm-hmm.
artist. Try to figure out what's my unique sound for Jae Breeze.
Mm.
Yeah, cause from time to time, a lot of music I put out, I go to YouTube and look for those beats and stuff like that. And it's cool and all. You know what I'm saying? It's cool.
Yeah.
Cause what I do with that, when I make the songs, I actually send it to the producers. Just to get their feel of
Dope.
how they think the song is. But like, yeah, man, I just wanted to like attempt to try to like make beats on my own too, and like work with like different producers on that end too.
Dope.
Yeah, because I want the album like I told my peers, I want the album to be like so good. The album is like your babies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So sonically, I want my album, my next one, to sound like no other sonically. So yeah, that's why I really haven't put an album out, but I'm about to get more consistent in 2022 with putting out singles leading up to the album. So yeah.
Word. You got a name for the new album yet?
Um, Man, it's crazy. So
Mm-hmm.
in 2020, I had an album called Smile More, and that was going to be the album that I was going to put out before I scratched it. And also, I was working on a new project for this year that I actually finished called For You Too, the experimental sequel. But I put that on hold too. I put that on the side too, only because, like I say, I want every beat from top to bottom to flow right. I want it to be like I want to work with the producer, like sit down with them and like we work on the beat from scratch, like top to bottom. And I feel like that chemistry would like, you know, sit real well with the songs. You know what I'm saying? As we play track 1, track 2, the flow of every song would sound way better than me just finding the beats.
Oh yeah, matter of fact, because I had that same epiphany with my last project, like being able to sit down with a producer like Germ and really kind of craft and mold like what we wanted the album to be, instead of because YouTube is cool, like finding producers on BeatStars and things like that is dope, and you can make a very cohesive and enjoyable like sounding song, but it's nothing like putting it together yourself and like building it from scratch, like your ideas becoming a reality instead of molding around what's already there. So yeah, like I'm excited to hear what the new music sounds like if you're taking that kind of approach.
Yeah, man, because I want to be more experimental, whether it's like with my verses, the voice, like my voices, and just everything, man. Because I know I can do conscious music. You know, that's my thing. Like I'm a conscious artist at heart. But like, I just want to show people that I can do other things. Like, I don't know, you remember the song I dropped called Noble Morse back in 2020.
Yeah.
Like that was different for me, you know what I'm saying? On more of like I don't want to like trap beat, but it had like that feel, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I just want to show people that I can do more than just tell stories and make relatable content. But like when I do like the experimental sound, I don't want to lose myself, you know what I'm saying? In the sense of like the words or like the content that I'm speaking on, you know?
Oh yeah. Yo, that's dope. Like me, I'm always down for people like experimenting, doing something different. There's a lot of sameness out here nowadays. So like anytime somebody takes the opportunity to kind of expand their sound and like try to craft something unique to themselves, like I'm always a big fan of that. Like who would you say is like one of your biggest inspirations as far as this new direction, but just in general, like with music?
Well, J. Cole, my favorite artist, so I'm being a little biased. But yeah, I feel like Cole has like developed or like evolved into like somebody that I want to be more experimental, like that feature run he did.
Yeah.
He was going off everything. Like I never would have thought I would have heard J. Cole on a 21 Savage song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or like him, I think he made a song with Moneybagg Yo, I think. Like just stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, wow, what? And Revenge of the Dreamers 3 really caught my interest of wanting to be more experimental. I'm like, wow, man, my favorite artist that I look up to, if he can be experimental and like experiment with different sounds, I feel like I can too. So
yo, that's dope. Yeah, Cole is one of those people that's like his metamorphosis of an artist from when he first started with the mixtapes to the first couple albums, and then like just shifting after 2014 Forest Hills Drive. Like it's been pretty dope to watch that evolution take place. Like, is there anybody else? I guess I would throw out, anybody else you could throw out there as like an inspiration.
As far as like, so I'm gonna go to like, I got this little promo video with these different characters I had put on my story or on my Instagram.
Yo, did that video ever come out? Because I went back to try to find it.
So like it was just like a little teaser, like
okay,
of like what I'm bringing to the table, like something different. Like I wanted to break out my shell because I feel like as an artist, man, you have to break out that shell, especially you're gonna be performing, you gotta be in front of people. You want people to see a different light of the person that they're listening to. So like those characters that I built basically was inspired by Tyler, the creator.
Oh,
Yeah, man. I
off his
feel
new
like,
joint with
yeah,
call me when you get lost.
yeah, that, or we can go back to Igor, or
Yeah.
it's just like every album or anything he does, he always brings like a different like character to the table. And like I'm like, wow, man, like this guy right here is basically like, I mean, his name, a creator at heart of like bringing something new every time he dropped. And like I say, that's one of my favorite artists too. And I like how he developed too as an artist sonically from, back when he dropped what's that song called? Yonkers.
Yeah.
That was, we know about that. But but like now to when he dropped in like, what's your name? I'm like, wow, man, like that sample from H-Town. I'm like, wow, I never would have thought I would have heard, or I would have seen Tyler Creator
Do something like
change.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. But yeah, he's a big inspiration to me too. Tyler Creator,
Yeah,
creatively.
that was my favorite album of last year too. Like
Oh yeah.
of anybody, like rap or otherwise. That was my favorite listening experience from top to bottom.
Oh yeah, for sure. I can agree. I play it, like I still play it to this day. Just like hearing him rap and like him like collaborating with DJ Drama. Like I haven't
Yeah.
heard Drama in so long, man. Gangsta Grill days, like it's been so long. And just to see him come back in the light of things as far as like hosting albums now, that's a different step for him too. So maybe in the future, any DJs out there, we can, link up and do some stuff like that.
Yeah, matter of fact, anybody who's watching, you your favorite DJ, make sure you send them this link. Let them know that Jae Breeze is ready to work.
Yeah, man, I'm always down. Always. Features, engineering too, man. Like that's another thing when I listen to like a lot of like independent local talent, quality of music, man, that's a key factor as an
Oh,
artist.
for sure.
Like I can't express it enough. Like I tell the people on my Black Smilez team all the time, like, I want all of us to have the best quality possible. And to do that, I'm like, you can just give it to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like the definition of quality. Like all my albums has been quality music.
Yeah.
Any album from Josh Cozy, I've engineered all of his music. So it's like I want everybody on my team to sound like that sound to be the highest quality possible. And others, like, what I'm saying? Like I say, they can reach out to me, be like, hey, can you engineer something for me? I'm always down to work. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those type of people that's, not willing to work with anybody. I'm willing to work with anybody. I want everybody to have their glow up. You know what I'm saying? Especially if we're like on the independent scene. You know what I'm saying? I want to see everybody shine. So yeah.
Yo, that's dope, man. Matter of fact, because you mentioned Black Smilez, I wanted to ask you about the collective. So how did that come together? Like, how did you and Josh and everybody else like link up and decide to come together and create something like Black Smilez?
So that when I know you remember the NCCU mixtape I was working on, like 2015. Yeah. So like that was my first time, me and Josh. And like just from there, man, we've been working together. And like we just sat down one day and I was like, man, like it would be good if we just had like a creative team that's like full of artists or media personnel, this and that, because I feel like that's what helps, you know what I'm saying, you as a brand, you know what I'm saying? It helped everybody run the board. So like as far as like pushing the content correctly, supporting it correctly, and sharing it, this and that. So we all came together. Me or Josh DePore and I first. We worked on a project back in 2018, Vibes, Rhymes, Good Times on SoundCloud. And we was like really the first three to really like come together and like work. So then when we met like the artist Tet Solo on our project, and Naja Brunei, and obviously Moose.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people know Moose. You know, shout out to Moose.
Yeah, shout out to Moose, yo.
Yeah. So like we all came together. We went to DC, took a trip, like a creative trip, and from there, man, we all vibed. That was like our first time meeting like everybody else that wasn't in North Carolina, because people stay in Virginia, New York, Detroit, like all these different places. You know what I'm saying? All of us come together in one household, making good vibes and music. And then that same trip, that's when we came up with the name and the collective Black Smilez.
So what's the origin behind the name Black Smilez? Like, why did you guys pick that?
Well, I know Josh was working on the project called Black Smilez in general, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, we're a group of Black creatives, sorry. Yeah, and that's just, I mean, you know, it's just simple as that. You know? It's nothing like real big or anything, but like we just want to see, like with the music or anything we put out, we just want to see people smile at the end of the day, like, wow, like, oh, I like what they put out. You know, we'll put a smile on people's faces with anything that we do. And you know,
oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
I mean, yo, you don't really need too much. It's just like a good you know, just like a good message, like to leave people with a smile. Because as you know, artists, creatives, like when you share it out in the world, you want, you know, a reaction. And most of the time you want people, you know, most of the time you want people to walk away feeling good after they experience your stuff. So, you know, Black Smile, that's kind of where I thought y'all were taking it with. It was just dope. So I know so one of the things you mentioned when you were talking about utilizing TikTok, that you've been getting into gaming and cooking. So where first I wanted to ask you, like, where did your love for cooking come from?
Oh man, you know, back in the hometown, you know, in 252, you know, Littleton, North Carolina, you know, just being home, you know, mom's cooking all the time, or grandma, and like my grandmother and I, we used to watch this show on PBS called Sickly Mean every Sunday, and like he used to cook every Sunday, and I always would like try to be creative and make something similar, or just something in general, and then like present it to my grandmother and see how, you know, she'll like it or not. You know, back then being that young, you know, it was doing all that, but at least it was something, you know what I'm saying? Because now, even back when I was at Central, I did like some culinary courses within my degree, and like I don't know, I just love to cook, man. I just love to showcase the food in general, you know what I'm saying? And I also teach while I'm cooking, because I do like a breakdown of like all the ingredients, step by step process of how to make the specific food that I'm making. So yeah, like I've been loving food forever, like making it, presenting it, and you know, etc.
Yeah, and I noticed, I remember we spoke, you know, we always had these conversations before the podcast, just kind of get a rundown of, you know, all you want to talk about. One of the things you mentioned was that you went vegan last year. Did, you know, when you started to do the cooking more often during the pandemic, did that inspire that change? Or did it just kind of come about because of, you know, health, since we are in this global health crisis at the moment? Was that more of where that came from?
A little bit of both, because when I was making, you know, the ground beef and seeing all that, you know, the fat and all the grease just coming out and stuff like that, I'm like, man, like we really putting that in our body, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, not to knock it for anybody that still eat it, you know what I'm saying? I don't, you know,
it's to each their own, you know.
Yeah. But like also what played a factor in me like becoming a vegan is the birth of my newborn daughter. You know what I'm saying? You know, I got a 3-year-old currently. By the time the episode come out, he'll be 4. His birthday is on the 18th of this month.
Oh, dope.
Yeah,
Hey, happy
man.
birthday, little man.
Shout out Jaden. Happy birthday. But yeah, man, the birth of my daughter, man, like, I just want to be here as long as possible to see them
Mm.
see her first step, see my son first sport game or his first prom, go to school and stuff like that. Like, I know I'm only 27 years old, but I think about my current state. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like when I reached my highest weight, it was 228 pounds. That's the biggest I ever been at that time,
Hmm.
around like last April. And I was like, wow, man, I never thought that I would be, I would weigh this much. And like my pant sizes going up to like a 40 waist. I'm like, nah, man,
Hmm.
it's gonna have to change. So when I went vegan, May 1st of last year, slowly went into it and I went from 228 pounds to 181 from
Mm.
May to now. So like I lost a great amount of weight, and that's what I do on Instagram. Like I usually like share posts, healthy tip posts, to the people that look at my stories, because I
Hmm.
want everybody that wants to be healthy to have some kind of guidance. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
dope.
like if I can like share different posts that I view that's beneficial to me, as far as health goes, I want everybody else to see it too, whether they want to venture into like the lifestyle
Hmm.
of the vegan or the vegetarian, or they just want to try it out for like a week or something. So I'm all about just promoting health, um as I seen it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a beautiful thing to
Oh,
like
dope.
the weight drop off and see the progress of what you've been doing as far as like the hard work. Stop eating the stuff that I grew up on. That
Mm.
was the toughest part, man. Like being from the country, we good for eating the pork
Yeah,
rinds
man.
and the pork, the beef, the chicken, you know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
all that good stuff, the deer and stuff. But I just looked at like I gotta stop putting that within my body. And also, Dr. William Lee, I often share his posts a lot. He has a book called Eat to Beat Disease. And he basically like
Mm.
expresses how food is medicine. So like I really was studying him as I was doing the vegan process. I'm like, wow, like you think about it, say about 100 years ago, they didn't have these medicines that they
Hmm.
had now. You know what I'm saying? So they really had to like take them on themselves with these different foods and stuff like that, and like experiment with that and see, the different the results. So I'm
Hmm.
like, yeah, I'm real big on that. So I'm
Yo,
learning.
you gotta share some recipes with me when you can, because like I've told people this story before. It might have been 2017, 2018. I remember it was one of those. It was like for a month. I was vegan and I thought I was doing pretty good, even though I quickly like ran out of stuff to eat because I'm so used to meat and dairy and all this other stuff. And I think what got me was that I drove past a Bojangles and
Mm.
I smelled it through the window and I just broke. I broke. But
Yeah,
like people tell me all the time how, I mean, we saw it with Jadakiss at the verses, him and Styles P. They was like, yo, we went vegan and they up there performing on the highest level for an
yeah,
hour and some change straight. And it's just like, yo, I want to get to that.
yeah, for sure. Like, your lung capacity is so much better when you start consuming more like fruits and vegetables and exiting out those processed meals.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So, and like I say, also like you just said, Jadakiss was a big inspiration too. Like just seeing them doing the green smoothie things, and I think they got
Yeah.
their own like shop styles in him.
Yeah,
They
they
real,
do.
yeah, man. Like and just seeing like you say how they can go on stage and perform like 1-2 hours, and it look like it's nothing. And they're
Yeah.
older. you know what I'm saying? They're older than the young cats now. I'm like, man, they can go on forever. And it's all about just changing like your lifestyle as far as like what you put into your body. Because like you say, is that what you put in your body, what you put in is what you take out, something like that. Or what you
Oh yeah. Would you get out? Like what you put in, what you get out? You know, like
yeah. And it goes with like the food you eat too. Like the food, man. Like
yeah, me and my
for
lady we've been talking about it. We've been talking about going vegan at some point. We haven't dedicated to it yet. I think we just need to sit down and really like put together a plan. Like, all right, this is what we shopping for, cutting this out, bringing this in. So, you know, it's gonna be a work in progress, but I'll definitely be tuned in to your posts and you know just try to get some more ideas that could definitely help us out like with making that transition.
oh yeah. And also my lady too, man, she stopped eating the beef, the chicken and stuff herself. Like
Hmm.
she eats what I eat and she
Hmm.
eats seafood. So those
Oh,
two
okay.
things alone is what she eats currently. And she says that she feels better, way better than she did when she was
Yeah.
eating burgers and all this stuff, man. So it's good, especially when your partner does it with you, because that
Hmm.
gives you, that motivation to keep going. You know what I'm saying? When you see others willing and wanting to do it too. So yeah.
Oh, facts, man. And about the gaming, because I wanted to make sure we got that in. So like kind of like what kind of got you started? Well, I know you've been an avid gamer, but like what made you want to take it to Twitch and kind of do the just showcasing it online?
Man, you know, when I play, like I feel like I play at a competitive pace.
Hmm.
So like just like music, you know what I'm saying? When I make music, I want to have the best verse or be the best at what I do. And I take the same approach with the gaming. And like I know I'm good at it. Like I'm good
Hmm.
enough to be in these tournaments. Like back when Fortnite was large. I mean it's kind of
Hmm.
large now still, but back when it was like its peak, I was in those tournaments too, those cash
Oh,
cups.
dope.
Yeah, I'm like, Dad, like I can really put some time into this too. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like actually take it serious. So like I actually sold my PS5 that I had and bought a gaming PC. I built it from
Mm.
scratch. Yeah, and
Oh, dope.
yeah, and that's like as a streamer, that's like the best like thing that you could do, have a gaming PC. Because when you playing like Call of Duty Warzone, and you can tell who has the keyboard and mouse and who has the controller, or who's on
Hmm.
PC, who's on console, by how fast you get in hit or the reaction time. So I'm like, man, like I cannot play at a competitive pace on console. I love console to death. Been a
Hmm.
fan of consoles since the Super Nintendo 64 days. But man, like, if I'm taking it more serious, I gotta put the money in, you know what I'm saying? I
Hmm.
gotta put the money in to like do what I want to do. And that's build a PC, stream a little more, gaming wise, even content creating wise. Like I just want to take it a step further because I feel like my limits to what I can do is everlasting. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? I feel like I can do anything I put my mind to. And that's another reason why I bought the PC. I want to do content creating stuff too, like host like spade tournaments or like host like
Ah.
joints and basketball shootouts, like stuff like that, vlogging, just to get my face out there more, man. So yeah, everybody look forward to some streams coming 2022, coming heavy, whether it's gaming, whether it's vlogs, content creations, music, just a jack of all trades, man. I'm here.
Yo, dope, man. Definitely gonna make sure I put the link to everything like in the bio, like once this video goes out. Man, I wish
Yeah.
you the best of luck with the new music, with the new content you got coming out. One last question I wanted to ask, like anybody that's coming across, whether it's the gaming, whether it's the cooking or the music, or just whatever you decide to put your hands in, like what would you want the lasting impression or like the one thing people take away from experiencing you?
Well, really, I just want them to know that, you know what I'm saying, the sky's the limit for me. You know what I'm saying? You see my content, you know what I'm saying? I'm not just doing one thing. I want to have my hand in many bags as possible. So like, and plus me doing that, I want to show, I want to motivate others, not like just putting stuff in the box. Like, oh, well, I'm only doing music. That's it. Like recording. Nah, you can engineer. You can do photography. It's a lot of stuff within art that you can do. So me showcasing the cooking, the gaming, the streaming, everything, it's possible for everybody. Like, man, I came from a small town, man. I came a long way. I know other people in the same boat right now. Anything's possible as long as you put your mind to it and put the time in. You know what I'm saying? Lock it in. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a great way to that's a great way to end it off, man. You know, like I said, I can't wait, to see what else you got coming in 2022 with all the content that you got planned. And as far as with the show, we're gonna be back. We just gonna be on hiatus for a little while. Dangerous Minds is on pause, but got to go out with a bang with my boy Jae Breeze. But until next time, it's your boy Vinnie-Dangerous, Dangerous Minds, Jae Breeze. Much love.
Trust me, I'ma be ready when they come for me. Dying soon, black man, so he might be dying soon. One supposed to make it past 22. Now he 28, that 6 years overdue. Just let you know I'ma be on guard. Whether no hood or a superstar, it really don't matter what we are. It just matters in the cars. The devil's working hard, so pray for me.